No more Director of Education. English public and Catholic school boards will now be run by a CEO with business qualifications, one of many sweeping changes to how school boards are administered. Good afternoon. This is CTV News at 5. Stefan is away today. I'm Patricia Bowl. We begin tonight with new details on the Ford government's plan to change the way school boards are operated across the province. Trustees will remain. They'll come back to the Ottawa Carleton District School Board, but their powers will be reduced. CTV's Josh Morano has been taking a closer look and joins us with the details on all of this today, Josh.
Yeah, Patricia, there were concerns the province was going to eliminate trustees altogether, but that won't be happening. But this proposed legislation is raising questions about what role trustees will actually play in the future. Trustees are set to return to the Ottawa Carleton District School Board eventually. The new legislation introduced on Monday will significantly change the role of trustees, capping their pay, limiting spending, and give the province the final say on budgets if boards can't agree, along with introducing a new leadership structure, implementing a CEO who would be responsible for developing and delivering the budget.
Trustees will have the ability to weigh in on the CEO's proposed budget. They will have the ability to make suggestions, and they will have the ability to say yes or no, but not make changes to that budget.
Who's going to want to do a job to get paid next to nothing and have no power to actually really help or make any positive change?
The province says the changes are aimed at improving oversight after years of financial concerns at some boards, including Ottawa's. There is no word on when trustees will be reinstated at the Ottawa Carleton District School Board. As Calendar says, it will stay under supervision as long as it takes to have them into a balanced budget situation. Patricia.
CTV's Josh Morano live for us tonight. Thank you. Well, it was another violent weekend in the ByWard Market. A stabbing Saturday night in the same area where a woman was attacked just days earlier. CTV's Katie Griffin is here with more. Katie.
Well, Patricia, this comes just weeks before police are set to roll out a downtown safety plan that would see more officers in the ByWard Market. A man remains in critical but stable condition after being stabbed in the chest late Saturday night in the area of George and William Streets. This security video also showing a woman violently attacked in roughly the same area 2 nights earlier. In March, Police Chief Eric Stubbs outlined a new downtown safety plan, promising more officers in areas like the Market, Chinatown, and Centretown, set to roll out May 1st.
We have noticed an increase in police presence over the last couple of weeks. Some of the trouble does happen due to the large numbers of people congregating, especially at the Rideau William Street area near the LRT terminal. And that's where bylaw, loitering, noise control, disruptive behavior all should be sort of controlled there.
He says the market is a fun place to be and people shouldn't be afraid to visit. Now, as part of this downtown safety plan, police say you can also expect to see their mounted unit in addition to foot and bike patrols. Patricia.
CTV's Katie Griffin reporting live for us tonight. Thank you. Well, police are investigating after a man in Perth died in what OPP are calling a suspicious incident. Lanark County OPP say a man in his 30s was found in Duel Park in Perth Sunday, just after 3 p.m. with life-threatening injuries. The man was taken to hospital where he later died. An investigation at that park is ongoing, with police saying they are looking for suspects. At this time, police say they don't believe there is any risk to public safety, but that is not easing the tension for residents in the area.
It's the type of scenario that's going to be scary for everyone, and I got the 2 kids. I guess that's what makes me the most nervous and uncomfortable.
Pretty much in my backyard. It's not knowing the circumstances or whether or not it's an attack. Is it random? That's what's worrisome too.
There have been 2 murders in Perth in the last 10 years, one in 2024 and one in 2016, which also happened at Duel Park. As of this afternoon, access to the park is still blocked off by police as that investigation continues. Well, voting is underway in 3 federal by-elections. 2 are in Toronto and the other in suburban Montreal. A Liberal victory in just one of those ridings will secure a majority government. The vote comes on the heels of Prime Minister Mark Carney attracting 5 opposition MPs to cross the floor. Up for grabs today are 2 Liberal strongholds in Toronto, where former senior cabinet ministers Chrystia Freeland and Bill Blair resigned. The other race is in the hotly contested riding of Terrebonne, Quebec, after last year's election result was invalidated by the Supreme Court. Polls close at 8:30 tonight. And CTV News will have full coverage of tonight's 3 by-elections hosted by CTV News chief anchor Omar Sachedina and CTV News chief political correspondent Vashi Kapelos. That will begin at 7 p.m. on CTV News Channel and CP24. It will also stream at ctvnews.ca and on Crave. Well, as many students in this country are struggling to find work, the federal government announcing new steps today to help them. The federal jobs minister announcing there will be 100,000 Canada Summer Jobs postings. That's an increase of 25,000 over last year. And it's also boosting the number of co-op placements for post-secondary students through its student work placement program. Students say the support is vital for many who are dreaming of their futures.
It's really important because not only are jobs hard to find, but then also it's not just because they're hard to find, but employers sometimes don't have that funding to hire someone who's still completing their degree, and so it can be hard for them also if they don't have that funding in the first place to validate, I guess, hiring someone who's not done yet. I think it'll give students the opportunity to really try new things and actually get this paid learning experience that can be really difficult to get elsewhere.
The youth unemployment rate is holding steady with March numbers sitting at 13.8%. That's just below September's peak of 14.6%. Well, new research published in the Canadian Medical Association Journal today confirms cancer is still the leading cause of death in Canada, and 250,000 new cases will be detected this year. But the study also highlights a path of hope, that these rates are declining across the country. Here's CTV's Alison Bamford with more.
Thousands of patients step foot inside the Saskatoon Cancer Centre every year, including those who are seeking treatment for the very first time. A new study estimates there will be more than 250,000 new cancer diagnoses and nearly 90,000 cancer-related deaths in Canada this year, while a staggering 42% of Canadians are expected to be diagnosed with the disease at some point in their life. Still, there's hope in the numbers. Incidence and mortality rates are declining in most cancers, including leukemia, colorectal, bladder, and lung cancer, although it still remains the most prevalent type.
We're seeing, the advancements in prevention, early detection, and treatments really having an impact for people across Canada.
This month, Saskatchewan made the move to help reduce the wait times for breast cancer screenings, adding to its fleet of mobile mammogram units that serve remote communities. Despite the progress in many areas, the study shows rates of some cancers are rising, including cervical, head, and neck, linked to HPV. Experts say improving vaccination rates could help stop these types of cancers before they start. Alison Bamford, CTV News, Saskatoon.
Well, coming up here on CTV News at 5, CFRA's Christy Cameron will join us to take a closer look at what is changing when it comes to how Ottawa's school boards are operated. And Jackie is here with our first look at the forecast. A rainy week, Jackie.
That's right, Patricia. We have a little bit of a break right now from that heavy rainfall we saw last night into this morning. However, you said it, we are in for a week of rainy weather. So overnight, cloudy skies, 6 degrees the overnight low. The good news is temperatures are starting to continue to warm up to get those spring-like conditions. 14 is the anticipated daytime high, but in the morning, there is a thunderstorm risk. We'll likely see heavy showers move through as well throughout the day. So it has prompted a special weather statement in effect for parts of Pembroke, as well as just north of Ottawa. So there's no special statement for Brockville, Smiths Falls, or here in Ottawa either, but we are keeping a very close eye on this. We are anticipating anywhere between 10 to 15 millimeters of rainfall moving through, and it's going to start just after 7 a.m. and move through for most of the morning. So we'll have a closer look at this and a long-term forecast in just a bit.
All right, thank you, Jackie. Here's what you need to know. Check out Rob Anderson's show, Are You Afraid of the 90s? This Thursday evening at the Bronson Music Theatre. The comedy show explores pop culture from the 90s, including movies, TV shows, and music. The show is all ages, and it starts at 8 p.m. Taking a live look at the roads now. We do have some slowdowns out there on the Queensway. You can see that looks pretty thick out there at the moment. The 417 westbound slow from Parkdale to Woodruff. Eastbound slow from Riverside to Innis. Moderate to heavy delays on the 174 eastbound from the split to Montreal Road, and one collision to watch out for if you're in the area of Russell Road and Walkley. Our popular Team of the Week segment is back. If you want to be a part of our Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week, upload your video to ctvnewsottawa.ca. Taking another look now at our top story, the sweeping changes coming to the way school boards are managed across the province. Trustees will be coming back to the OCDSB, but their responsibilities will change significantly. Today's radio question of the day is asking, how can the Ford government improve education?
I think you're going to see a significant number of retirements. I think most people on the board are not going to do it again with the new constraints. We're losing the ability to oversee the budget. When you no longer have the ability to actually take the needs of your community and move it into the budget, why are you here? What are you doing?
Christy Cameron is here. This was obviously a topic on radio today, and I think the point Lyra is making there is less money for them to do a job with less responsibility. Are you going to lose good people in terms of what they are making happen at the board?
It's interesting because, you know, the Ministry of Education was not very secretive about the fact that they don't like what trustees are doing. And for a while, it seemed like they were going to ditch them entirely. Now, they're keeping the role of a school board trustee, but being a school board trustee isn't going to mean the same thing. The responsibilities, as you say, are changing. And if you've got these two new supervising positions, these senior level positions overseeing finances and student achievement, what's really left for trustees? Not a heck of a lot. They're also making less money. Lyra Evans was saying that she doesn't agree with this, that really this is taking the entire board in the wrong direction. She also believes that having trustees who are local and accessible and approachable go a long way, and that under these new rules that they're comparatively powerless.
Okay, so I'm thinking as I'm looking at it, they're keeping the trustees because of that, because you want to have that connection with parents, so parents have someone, a face to whom they can talk and bring some of their grievances. But the approach is, this is a business. There has been mismanagement. We want it to be operated like a business, hence the CEO title, someone who's looking at finances directly. Is there perhaps a good side to this for parents in the province?
Well, I guess that remains to be seen. We'll have to see how quickly they can balance the budget. We know that the school board locally did just pass a bunch of cuts to try and balance that budget. The other thing I thought was interesting in terms of dollars and cents, Patricia, is that Lyra Evans was claiming it's something like $5,000 to $10,000 to run as a school board trustee. So if you're only making $10,000 as an honorarium on the job, she said it doesn't make a heck of a lot of sense.
All right, Christy, thank you. You can join the conversation. Leave a comment through the Talkback feature on the iHeartRadio app. You can listen live to Christy Cameron on News Talk 580 CFRA weekdays from 2 to 6. And now watch Christy's segments anytime on YouTube. Subscribe to the News Talk 580 CFRA channel. Oh, yes, all of this. We're ready for it. Coming up here on CTV News at 5, officially in the playoffs. We'll have more on when Sens playoff tickets are expected to go on sale as the team gets set for their first round series. And here's what you need to know. Cheer on the Ottawa Charge at home this weekend when they take on the New York Sirens. Puck drop at TD Place Arena, 2 p.m. You can visit the Charge website for tickets. Here's what's on CTV tonight. E-Talk, The Big Bang Theory. Back-to-back episodes of The Fall and Rise of Reggie Dinkins, The Quiz with Balls, and The Rookie. And another check on the weather. Jackie, we got those mild temperatures, but we also have the April showers, which I guess is to be expected.
Yes, I will take this, especially since we're getting closer to May, Patricia, so we'll be in time for some beautiful flowers. Yes, rain is anticipated for this week, but with it comes some much milder temperatures. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam where, yes, it's 17 degrees out right now, and now's a great time to actually go for a stroll if you've been cooped up all day. The rain has stopped, at least for now, and it will be on a pause for later this evening. We're anticipating mainly cloudy skies for our evening into the overnight and into tomorrow morning. It's not until 7 p.m. that you're going to see this heavy weather system move through. The yellow and the orange, this indicates that there is a possibility of a risk of thunderstorms moving in. We will likely see this around the Pembroke-Renfrew area just around 8 a.m. Should it hit Ottawa? Well, it would likely be around closer to the lunch hour, so we are keeping a very close eye on this, but we are anticipating an additional 10 to 15 millimeters of rainfall that we have seen in addition to what we saw today. So Tuesday evening, it should clear out, but again, we are anticipating more rain throughout the week, steadily moving through. So closer look at the temperatures. By noon, we are getting to about 11 degrees, so it is going to be a much milder start to the morning, 7 degrees for our 7 a.m. cloudy skies. The risk of thunderstorm between noon and 4 p.m., getting to a daytime high of about 15 degrees. And again, these temperatures will be averaging very similar, much warmer by the time we get to Friday. So the Valley, overnight lows 3 degrees, daytime high 12 degrees, risk of thunderstorm as well. And in the Seaway, partly cloudy skies for overnight. 14 degrees is the anticipated daytime high for tomorrow. So I did mention we will see a break after tomorrow's morning rainfall, but by Wednesday we will likely see more rain pop through. It will focus along the Kingston-Brockville area, but it does mean we might still see some rain here in Ottawa. So temperature-wise, by the time we get to Thursday, 17 degrees, 18 for Friday, 21. I'm hanging on for hope for the 21-degree weather for Saturday and cloudy skies. But as you can see, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and into Friday, rain will not go away.
Weather is brought to you by Manotick Tree. Complete tree care from start to stump.
Ottawa, get ready for a legendary night. The undisputed rock royalty Deep Purple are bringing their iconic sound to the Canadian Tire Centre on August 19th. They'll be joined by special guest rock powerhouses Kansas and Jefferson Starship. We're giving away tickets to this incredible show. Enter for your chance to win on our contest page at ctvottawa.ca. Wishing you the best of luck. So, Patricia, have your rain boots nearby, have your raincoat, your umbrella, everything you need, because we are going to be in for some rainy weather for basically this week.
It's all about the hoods for us. Make sure we can protect the hair. Thanks, Jackie. All right, we want to take a look now at the stories you are checking out right now on CTV News Ottawa.ca as we walk over to our big board here. And this happened early this afternoon. A driver charged after a vehicle flipped in front of an Ottawa elementary school. Not good for sure. Now, Ottawa police say this driver has now been charged. We're also hearing from the councillor in the area that this was in a neighborhood. It's on Heron near Baycrest Road, close to Alta Vista. The councillor for the area says there was a speed camera in that area prior to this, whether there's any connection there, but obviously not something you want to see near a school. You can read all about that online. And coming up, construction season kicking off here in the capital with lane reductions starting on part of the Queensway. And here's what you need to know. The Outaouais Film Festival is happening now until this Friday. You can enjoy more than 100 screenings of feature films, documentaries, short films, and more. Screenings are happening at various locations in Gatineau. And if you need gas this weekend, one of the cheapest gas prices can be found at the Shell station on Terry Fox Drive in Canada. Regular gas there tonight is going for $1.69.9 a litre. Taking a quick live look at the roads out there, we are seeing some slowdowns on the Queensway in the usual spots tonight.
Get the latest live local breaking news. Sign up now for our morning and evening CTV News Ottawa newsletter. The best local content from CTV News, Your Morning Ottawa, and News Talk 580 CFRA. Get it all in one place. Sign up now at ctvnewsottawa.ca. The CTV News Ottawa newsletter is brought to you in part by CAA Business.
Taking a live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam, where we have seen showers off and on throughout the day and into this evening. 17 degrees is our temperature. And here's what we're working on for 6 o'clock.
Trustees will have the ability to weigh in on the CEO's proposed budget. They will have the ability to make suggestions.
The province announcing more changes today to how school boards across the province are run. We'll have details on how boards here in the capital will be affected.
To have a government be able to accumulate a majority in the House of Commons by way of by-election and floor crossers, this isn't something you see every day.
The federal Liberals are one seat away from a majority government as Canadians in 3 ridings head to the polls for by-elections.
I don't believe that number's me. I just can't believe it. I don't feel 90. I'm just going to continue coming to CrossFit till I'm 100.
And a CrossFit queen at 90 years young will introduce you to an incredible Ottawa senior, proving that age really is just a number, pursuing her fitness goals with a special birthday workout. Now the final 5 other local stories we are following. Get ready for more delays on the 417 as several lane closures are now in effect. Starting today, the right lane along the 417 eastbound is closed from Carling Avenue to the Rochester Avenue off-ramp. Traffic control measures have been set up along the Queensway between Island Park Drive and Kent Street for the final leg of construction of the Rapid Bridge Replacement Project. There will also be temporary lane closures and ramp closures in the area during the construction period. A developer has submitted a plan to a city committee to build 2 residential high-rises at 267 O'Connor Street between Gilmore and McLaren Streets. One would be 27 stories, the other 25. There would be a total of 513 residential units, an underground parking garage, and commercial and retail space at street level. Councillors are set to vote on the proposal this week.
Hughes had a knockdown by Sidlin, moving in, scores!
Well, the Ottawa Senators have officially clinched a playoff spot. They're still battling it out at the end of the regular season. The Sens were taking on the Devils in New Jersey last night. Hard-fought game, but the Sens ultimately fell in OT. 4-3, the final there. They played their last game of the regular season at home on Wednesday, taking on the Leafs before the playoffs begin on Saturday. And the Sens are expecting playoff tickets to go on sale to the general public later this week on Friday. Speaking on TSN 1200, Sens President Cyril Leader said they hope to release a few thousand seats to the public by the end of the week. Senators will open the first round of the playoff series on the road, with games 3 and 4 to be held at Canadian Tire Centre. There will be outdoor activities at the CTC for all games. The Sens' first round opponent has yet to be determined. OC Transpo plans to refurbish dozens of aging articulated buses to help improve service and address the ongoing bus shortage. Staff say they've now identified more than 30 buses that could remain in service for an additional 3 to 5 years with a major refurbishing. OC Transpo also continues to look for used buses it can purchase from other municipalities. Last year, it bought 11 used buses from Waterloo. They're looking at all of their options around that as they continue to look for ways to improve transit in this city. And that is CTV News at 5. I'm Patricia Bowl. Be sure to join me for CTV News at 6 o'clock tonight. The early edition of CTV National News with Sandy Ronaldo starts right now, and special coverage on by-elections this evening at 7 o'clock.